If you're running an agency, you probably have a lot of different statements of work and master service agreements. So imagine you're a marketing agency and you're hiring a video production team, and they are on a retainer, and this retainer renews every 6 months. So in that case, you probably have like a notice deadline and a renewal date. So you want to be aware of that date because you otherwise have to pay them for the next contract, or you have to get out of that contract. And the same is for you if you receive statements of work according to your MSA, then you probably are on some kind of retainer, and you want to start a conversation with a customer because then that customer can either think with you on expanding the contract or just continuing the contract. So being aware of deadlines in a contract, and especially the notice periods, is super important when you're running an agency or if you're acting as a service provider. So over here we have Contracko, and we have various contracts live here. And we'll act like we're a marketing agency. And for example, let's take a look at this statement of work that we have with Northwind over here. So the scope of the retainer is the agency self-provide each calendar month a content calendar production up to 16 organic posts across various social platforms, some community manage, and some inbound comment response. So that's a continuous service you're providing here. What we then have in paragraph 3 is the term renewal and non-renewal notice. So the retainer runs for the initial term of 12 months from the 1st of October 2025 to 30 September 2026. And there is an automatic renewal. So the retainer automatically renews for a further 12 months on the 1st of October unless either party gives a written notice of non-renewal at least 30 days before. So that means 30 days before that deadline, you have to put in a notice, and you have to be aware that you have to put it in before that date if you don't want to continue with this service. Which in this case is if you're the marketing agency or a service provider, the customer has to give you notice. But for you, it might also bear risk that this is a contract you want to renegotiate, have like different pricing, add services if that customer has other needs. So for both parties, this date is super important. So what we do is we provide an easy extraction out of this contract and across all contracts, where we look at these dates and put them in an alerting tool. So we have the alerting tool over here, and now because we do that, you get an alert before that notice deadline. So you are aware, like, hey, this notice deadline is coming. I have to start this conversation, and I have to renegotiate. And over here, we already see that there is one in the next 30 days. So this notice deadline over here, we can click on it, and then we see 1 week prior, we get an alert about this renewal deadline. So this will fire, you'll get an email about this, and you can even put in additional alerts for if you want this earlier, or change that alert if you want to have that earlier. So this is important, like per contract. And if you're now managing a lot of different contracts, you have to have these different deadlines across all of these. And you'll just get an easy email like, hey, you have to focus your attention here. So for example, we have another one, statement of work. Here the scope is slightly different. Oh no, the scope is basically the same. Like you have a service every month, but this is now for a paid acquisition management across Google and Meta. So it's more like online marketing and conversion rate optimization. And then again, there's this term and renewal, but this one is 6 months. So this contract is in a different period. This one is on 6 months instead of a year. And over here, you see that there is also a 30-day renewal, a non-renewal clause in here. And if we go again towards that event notification tabs, you actually see there is one that's overdue. So this already alerted, and there is a serious risk in like not capturing these. So now you have this across like all these different contracts, which is a lot to track. So that email alert is one way to track this, which is of course the easiest one, because when you have set the alert or Contracko has set it for you, that's a moment when you really want to bring attention to this contract again and see if you want to renew it. But we also have the calendar view where we have all these different dates. And you can see here, like there's a notice deadline. And over here in July, there's also a notice deadline. So across these months, you'll get an alert, but you can also see what's ahead. So you can plan ahead across all your contracts here. Because, for example, here in June, we have a notice deadline for the brand refresh and visual identity contract. And in July, it actually like ends. So you can also see in this calendar view easily what the relationship is and when something is really urgent or when something is like terminating a contract at that point. So the calendar view is another way you can view these dates across different contracts. Contracko has a free trial available. So if you want to try this out for your own contracts, you can just upload them in the free trial, try out how these alerts work, and also use the AI extraction for further analysis of these contracts, whether it's risks, these alerts I've just shown you, or you want to analyze across contracts with our Clara AI, where you can just like ask questions and get a good answer back. So the link is in the description for the free trial. So try it out on your own contracts and see if that helps you.